Then suddenly, to my surprise,
it's monster time! Where's Alan? I've lost Alan. Alan? Alan? Alan?
You're saying the wrong name.
Where are you?
You've got to say my name. Hey, you got to say my name. If you don't say my name, I don't appear. Hey, you know what I mean?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice!
Ha ha! Ha ha! It is I. Hello.
He kept this from me, so I didn't actually know what he looked like. Oh my God, what have you done?
What's it? We've got this problem. We've got this problem again. We've got this problem with the muting thing. Am I looking a bit blurry?
Oh,
Am I looking a bit blurry?
little.
I don't know.
Oh, let me get my drink.
I don't know if that's any better. God, dear. Oh. So anyway, I'm glad one of us made an effort. I'm drinking coronavirus because anyway, I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, if you don't know, if you've not been here before, say something spooky. Say hello to us. This is our last Cripps and Clarke start the month, the last Friday of every month. Alan and I do something stupid, to be honest. So we've played the Queen of Prince Philip, we've played Monty Python, we've done Vera Lynn and Churchill, and we just get a drink, have a bit of fun. Obviously, it's Halloween at this point. Ooh, Rosie, woo! And I didn't have an outfit, so I've just gone with the nightmare look. I think it works quite well. What do you think?
I didn't have an outfit either. This is what I wore to training on Monday, and we're going out to dinner tonight, so I need to get all this off. And although I did get a few funny looks down the gym earlier on, my makeup was running. Anyway, so Angela, did you want to? Who's sinister? Whose sister's that? Did you want to talk about what the tradition is of this before we start getting into the serious, not so serious stuff?
Oh, right. Yeah. So Halloween or Hallows Even. Actually, it wasn't even October 31st, was it? So this was a tradition. It was ancient Celtic festival. I don't know how to pronounce it. Samhain. People lighting bonfires, wearing costumes to ward off ghosts. But this was November the 1st for All Saints' Day. So that was where it all started. And Halloween then obviously got brought in for the night. So the Hallows Even, for the evening, for the night, that was the night before. So it's about warding off ghosts by doing it. But of course, we've been taken over by America just a little bit, haven't we, over the last probably 15, 20 years.
Yeah, we have. And it was interesting to look back at the research, and I'm glad you did the history. Thank you. But apparently, this is one of the most dangerous nights of the year for children to go out. You know, it's dangerous for your home, for your car. It's dangerous for your health. Apparently, a lot of people get injured and killed on nights like this where they're dressing up, particularly if they get sort of kids' outfits that sort of go up in flames and then appear on Watchdog. So, yeah, it's a really dangerous night. So
I thought you meant, sorry, I thought you meant it was really dangerous because the nights have drawn in and it was dangerous for people to go out because now it's dark, whereas a week ago the lights come back.
No, but that is it. It's with the driving and the nights drawing in. But yeah, and the thing is, we know that Halloween can be scary for some people, and I mean, let's face it, usually we don't know who's going to be knocking on our doors and what sort of demands and intentions they might have. Because where we live in our little development here, we get a lot of families normally, and you get the different types of people. You get the little cute kids, you know, maybe, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years old, and their mum and dad have really gone to town on them, and they look super cute, absolutely brilliant. And unfortunately, they brought their older brothers and sisters with them who have begrudgingly got a paper mask on top of their head, who clearly don't want to be there. And of course, you get the little ones that might be nice and polite and ask if they can take one sweetie, and then you get the others that just grab handfuls and say, you know, well, you know, trick or treat. And I thought, you're too old for this, you know, your voice is broken. I mean, can you imagine if recruiters approach their BD calls like we do on Trick or Treat? Hello, give us your jobs, otherwise we'll egg your office. I mean, just...
Well, wait a minute. There's a lot of recruiters out there that still approach their sales calls like that.
Yeah, I think we should be a little bit more like, you know, the little cute ones. The ones that are actually playing the long game, because they know that if they ask nicely, if they sort of present themselves well, if they make a bit of an effort with their appearance, they know that as they sort of go to walk away and say thank you, the owner of the house is going, oh, go on, have another one, right? So wouldn't it be brilliant if our client says, oh, please don't hang up. We've got another couple of jobs we'd love to give you. And for this year, I think the worst people that can come knocking on your doors are the ones not wearing masks.
React.
I thought I'd do a COVID link. There you go. How was that?
Julia is appreciating your excellent costume effort, and so you should. You actually had to get up in the loft for that, didn't you? That was quite an effort.
Yeah. But I think you're right. Clients are getting effectively all sorts of people knocking on their doors right now. Not physically, but they're getting bombarded with all sorts of marketing campaigns, email campaigns, direct messages, social media. And I think the ones that are coming across as too greedy and too grabby are the ones that are probably going to face a little bit of a backlash. And that is what I loved about Alex's rant earlier on LinkedIn. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, so true, and I think he's had a lot of comments on that. I don't know if you.
Oh, sorry, Alan, I cut you off too quickly. I wanted to dive there. Yeah, have a drink. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, guys, Alex had a rant about the lead generators on LinkedIn at the moment. I mean, I don't know if you're getting them, but we're getting 2 or 3 a day, people messaging you saying how amazing they can make your LinkedIn to generate leads. I've got all my business over the last 5 years all around the world from LinkedIn. They've done no research. They think we're recruiters, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, have you? It's back to me now, is it? Yes, they do. And people clearly don't research. Angela and I were talking beforehand that I've even had people who are actual personal trainers in the gym asking if they can use my videos. And I thought, you idiots. You know, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm a recruitment trainer. You know, and we tend, what Angela and I train and everybody else in the gym, we tend to train techniques. They're not tricks, they're not tactics. And I know people that, for example, have been trained in recruitment and they do use tricks. And I'll give you an example of one of them, which, look, I personally, I don't like. It's when the client has made an offer and the recruiter goes back to the candidate and they say, you know, they call them up and say, look, I'm sorry, I couldn't get you 35. I got you 38. And you think, oh, seriously? Why don't you just don't mess with their emotions? Just tell them what they've got. Oh, you know, you said you'd be happy with £18 an hour. Well, you're going to be even happier. I've got you £20 an hour. It's just a bit too Simon Cowell for me. I don't think we need to use it.
Oh, so that's the, I didn't like it. I loved it. It's like, okay. I mean, even then it's playing with kids' emotions and everything. But I mean, this is one of the most important times of their life, getting offered a new job and you're messing around, says us. But this is meant to be a mess around for the end of the month. It's the end of a month. We've done another one. Oh my God, it's November on Sunday. Can you believe we've already come through this so far?
Yeah, and there's the other thing that changes, right? When the clocks go back, how many people in your office, in your home, actually looked out the window round about 3:30, 4 o'clock and said, "Oh, isn't it getting dark already?" And I'm not sure if it's Michael McIntyre that did a sketch like this, but yes, it happens every bloody year. Get used to it. We should know it by now. But the thing is, it does change people's mindsets. I mean, I commuted to London for 25 years, and getting up in the dark and going home in the dark, it was just a little bit depressing. In the summer, you can come home and cut the grass, sit out on the decking, sit out on the patio, have a beer, and let's face it, a lot of people have had some tough shit to deal with this year, and it's impacted on their physical health, their mental health, and some people feel as if they are actually living through a horror movie right now. Right now.
Literally, yeah, I totally agree with you there. And actually, one of the things that hit me hard, we sort of look back on the month, but Bobby Ball died yesterday, and that really upset me.
Yeah, rock on, Tommy. Yeah, although he's knocked on Tommy now, hasn't he? Let's face it. But so I did something for a first time yesterday that I haven't done for quite some time. In fact, I can't remember if I've ever done it, and that was carved a pumpkin. And actually, it's actually quite difficult unless, of course, you've got all the right tools. And this is a bit like being a recruiter. Sometimes you don't notice what's going on around you. And we've got a big sort of farm shop near us, and they've got fields where they do strawberries and stuff. And day by day, you don't notice anything growing in the field. And then all of a sudden, you drive past it, and there's thousands of these orange balls all over the place, pumpkins, and you think, well, where the bloody hell were they? And it's so bizarre how they almost just seem to disappear. The farmer obviously has brought out his big fleet of wheelbarrows that you go and then collect your pumpkins. And that's almost like, some people like Halloween, some people don't like it. Same as pumpkins. Some people like them. Personally, not too sure. And isn't it bizarre how we treat this vegetable? That we don't treat any other vegetable like this. You know, we cut its head off, pull its stuffing out, carve different shapes in the front of it, put the lid back on, light a candle and watch it burn. I mean, we don't do that with cabbages and carrots and Swedes or anything, do we? I'm going to start a new movement, by the way, PLM. Yeah, Pumpkin Lives Matter.
Oh no, but you're right. It is a really weird vegetable. Do you know who does like it though? My dogs. They had pumpkin for lunch for the last few days when my daughter had carved out her pumpkin, and actually it's really good for them. So if you're wondering what to do with your pumpkin insides, give them to a dog. The seeds she dried out and given to a hamster, so you can use it all. And now the rest of it will be there for the all the hedgehogs and whatever else is in the garden to eat through it. So it gets regenerated. But you're right, not many humans eat it.
No. By the way, ignore what Angela just said. I had somebody on Facebook actually warn me and say, don't put your pumpkins outside because it's not good for the hedgehogs.
Oh no.
Yeah. So of course I said, oh right, I better tell my local farmer then, because she said about you've got to lift them up onto something that's high so they can't get there. I said, well, I better tell my local farmer because he's got thousands on the ground. And I think what she was talking about was the fact that because we carve holes in them, they actually get in there. But no, it's not a natural food for them. So Angela, you should have done your homework on the pumpkins.
You would have thought it's a vegetable. You'd have thought it'd be quite good for them. But okay, well, it's a bit late now because I'm not at that house anymore. And I'm not going to be travelling about much at the moment. We're all potentially going into lockdown, looking ahead at the next month. We need some positivity. So we've got Halloween. We've got firework night next week, but then we've got about 3 weeks, haven't we, of November that's a little bit and it's cold and it's wet and it's windy. So what are you going to do to brighten up our November, Alan?
I'm going to say it differently. I'm going to go, yes, it's cold, it's wet, it's windy, brilliant. Who doesn't like a walk in the forest, for example, when the leaves are dry and you can kick through the leaves, kick the odd, hedgehog that Angela's killed with a pumpkin. But even when it's wet, Angela, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothes. If you dress for it, it's absolutely brilliant. And I think sometimes we need to embrace, look, we live in the UK. If you don't like the weather in the UK, just wait 5 minutes because it's going to change anyway. So I think we just need to embrace it. And sometimes just to get dressed up for the weather and go out on a cold, wet morning, it's really, I think it's quite embracing. I'm jealous of people that live down on the coast where they can get a coastal howling breeze going. And when you get back home to have your cup of tea, you lick your lips and all you can taste is sea salt. But no, I think we need to, it's more about how we say things and how we think about things, because let's face it, I watched Claire do a mental health talk this morning with Scott Ransom, and to actually hear somebody who is bipolar talking about how he deals with things, and I must admit a few of the things he was talking about I can resonate with. I also know people within our friends and family that would resonate with some of those, but obviously he's on a slightly different scale. But it was so interesting about, everyone has their different coping strategies. We all have our coping strategies for dealing with trick or treat. Turn all the lights off and lock the door and don't answer it. So basically, just sort of hide away from it. Others might have strategies with counsellors and stuff. But I think for me, how I'm going to approach November is like this.
What's that? With mad hair, black eyes and lots of alcohol.
Absolutely, that's all I'm going to do. And of course, we like to leave you with I suppose a message. And Angela brought me on screen. If you watch the film Beetlejuice, it's probably very dated by now. But in order to get Beetlejuice to come and sort this house out, she had to say my name 3 times. And I use repetition in training. Repetition is the mother of all learning. And I think right now it's important to do good activity. We know activity is going to be important. You've got to have something in your head. You want to get something from it. So, if you want Beetlejuice to appear, if you want a key account or a client to appear, sometimes you have to repeat all the good stuff. I think we need to be visible. We've made ourselves visible tonight, and over the next couple of months, if it means that you have to go out there, cut your head off, take your stuffing out, and light a candle in. No, don't do that. Just use your heads, shine brightly for the next couple of months, because it is dark out there. People are feeling a little bit low, and if you know anybody that is suffering, maybe in silence, go and knock on their door. Give them a treat. Just say hello and ask them how they are, and if necessary, give them your leftover pumpkin.
As long as they're not animal. Right.
Well, look, that was my thought for the day. Just look after yourself, but also look after those other people who might be suffering in the dark as well. So there you go. A serious message looking like this. How can you take that seriously?
Well, thank you, Alan. I think I am actually looking forward to Halloween a little bit more now, after sort of sticking my scars on and getting my mad face on and my hair. I've got to brush this out again now. I can't believe my hair looks similar to yours and it's not even a wig. But we've got a month ahead of us that actually, for me, is all about getting prepped for next year. So we've got to put the effort in, we've got to put the time in, but let's have a bit of fun while we do it.
Yes, yeah. And unlike Angela, put some bloody effort in. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend. Have a fantastic November. We will no doubt see you in the gym. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Signing off.